Hello, everybody. We are Team 4, and we will be presenting our case analysis on Domino's, which was called Tech with a Side of Pizza. To start with a brief history of Domino's, Tom and James Monahan purchased the original restaurant of Dominic's by borrowing $900 in 1960. In the following year, Tom bought out his brother, so he had his sole interest in the company and renamed it Domino's. The first franchise for Domino's was opened in 1967. And then by 1983, this company had expanded to 1,000 stores and opened its first international store in Canada. And then by 1998, they had 6,000 stores. And at this same year, Tom Monahan sold 93% of the company to Bain Capital, and David Brandon became the new CEO. By 2004, they became the leading pizza company within the US, and they established an IPO in what was a shaky market at the time. By 2010, J. Patrick Doyle became the CEO. And then by 2018, Richard Allison had become the CEO. And then by 2021, there were over 18,000 Domino's locations in more than 90 countries, with more than 11,000 being located outside the US. So in regards to their change management process, they went through quite a bit of renovation work over the years. So in 1984, many people remember their 30 minutes or less initiative, where if your pizza did not arrive in 30 minutes or less, it was free or you received $3 off. By 2004, they operated 3 different business segments, which was their US-based stores, their international market, where they hosted a master franchise model, and then they got involved in a supply chain business where they sold local food and produce to all of their US stores and some of their international markets. By 2008, the company reworked their pizza recipe for the first time since it was established and created the Oh Yes We Did marketing campaign, which filmed live customers tasting this new recipe and their true reactions to it. By 2009, they restructured their IT department to bring all of their IT solutions in-house. By 2010, they had earned the Outstanding Award for Excellence in Advertising in their pizza turnaround campaign. By 2011, they created an artisan pizza line, which allowed for fancier toppings on pizzas such as spinach and feta cheese. By 2012, they launched platforms such as Think Oven, which was Facebook-based so that customers could talk to the company, and a pizza theater, which was created in the store so that people could watch their pizzas being made whenever they ordered them. And then they created a new handmade pan pizza, which was popular at the time. And their international market grew to a point that there were actually more stores internationally than there were in the US. By 2013, they launched Pizza Profiles, which helped people save and customize their orders online. In 2014, Dawn was created, who was a mobile and virtual assistant to helping place your order. And they also created Anywhere, which was technology that was created so that you could order from anywhere, such as text messages, your smart TV, a smartwatch. By 2015, Piece of the Pie loyalty program created and launched, which was the more you purchased through the app, you got money off or towards pizza or a free pizza. And they also launched DXP, which was a car that they had created that had an oven actually in it to keep your pizza warm. And then by 2017, since they had trouble finding delivery drivers, they partnered with Ford to create driverless delivery vehicles. And then by 2019, near their headquarters in Ann Arbor, Michigan, they created the Innovation Garage, where they could test all of their products out in a rapid time. Instead of taking years, it only took months.
For the second question in this week's case analysis, it was, how did the systems that Domino's implemented impact the different stakeholders in Domino's ecosystem? So in late 2014, 2008, Pulse was included into the technology platform that Domino's had, and this was a touchscreen ordering, delivery system, admin and reporting function, and online ordering system all in one. This was required to be implemented by every US store and was offered to the international franchises, but they would have to purchase the system on their end. Interestingly enough, some of the US stores actually pushed back on Domino's in this system implementation and tried to sue Domino's in an attempt to purchase their own systems and be more efficient in that sense, but they actually ended up losing in court, and all the U.S. stores had to implement the system. So once the Pulse system was put into the stores, the employees and store managers were trained on the system, which helped to greatly improve efficiencies while making the pizzas. Instead of having the employees answer the phones to take the orders, that was done online now, and the employees could now focus on making the pizzas accurately and efficiently. And that led into Domino's one major goal was that from the start of the order taking and the pizza preparation, that it could be completed in 12 to 15 minutes. This software system also helped the store managers with inventory management and staff scheduling based off the data that was collected. And further up the food chain at the corporate operations level, they also utilized all the data that was collected in order to create newer products, to offer new deals that would appeal to the various customers, as well as improving the supply chain based off of what each location was selling more of. Built into Pulse as well were two individual systems. One was Pizza Tracker, the other was Pizza Builder. And Pizza Tracker was a cool application that allowed the customer some transparency into their order in different stages. So the main stages was the initial order was placed, then they would go to prep, then oven, then a quality check, and then out for delivery. Along the way, they offered the ability to have sort of like push notifications that would alert the customer via text or email. That way that, the customers felt as if they were in tune with their order. This helped to create customer satisfaction, and it also helped to, show the store managers and the corporate operations what level and stages of the order that were being prepared efficiently and the stages that needed to tune up. Secondly was the Pizza Builder, which just was a nice experience for the customer to be able to go onto the application and sort of made to order their pizzas and, add the additional toppings that they would like, which then corporate benefited from because it started to show them what trends people were liking on, different types of pizza, what toppings were popular, that sort of thing. So then in 2014, Dom was another application that was launched. This was a voice-controlled ordering app that was available on iPhones and Android devices. And at the end of 2014, they had already had 500,000 orders placed via Dom. A lot of that success comes from various TV ads and online videos that Domino's, pushed out to the consumer, and this helped them reach their main goal of 50% of all orders to be placed digitally. That was in 2014. I'm assuming now, present day, that 50% is a lot higher, based off of the customer liking the online ordering more than having to call each location individually. And once again, this helped with efficiencies in the ordering process, as well as making the pizzas and fulfilling the orders, as well as for corporate, getting the TV ads out there and the online videos. That also gave them a marketing side of things that gave Domino's more exposure and exposure to more customers than before.
Okay, so the third question was discuss at least two ways Domino's use data and digital technology. There were a few different techniques and systems that Domino's used, but I'm going to talk about the two that stuck out to me the most. The first type of digital technology that Domino's used, as Colin just talked about, was Pulse. Domino's first came up with the system in 2008. It's a point of sale system that has many different useful tools that come in handy to the customers. The first tool being a touchscreen ordering system. While this may sound like nothing now, it was pretty innovative back in 2008, and Domino's was one of the leaders when it came to touchscreen ordering. They also used technology when creating their delivery routing system in order to maximize efficiency of route times and to ensure the highest possible customer satisfaction. Another key function of Pulse is the number of different administrative and reporting techniques that Domino's used. The reporting functions helped ease tedious tasks such as inventory and employee scheduling, making it easier on Domino's. Additionally, Domino's online ordering system was completely revamped and innovative. The online ordering system involved different tools such as Pizza Tracker, which would let customers in real time track what stage their pizza was in. For example, it would tell them when it was being prepared, when it was being boxed, when it was out for delivery, and when it was due to arrive. Another tool in the ordering system was Pizza Builder, which you could choose exactly what kind of pizza you want and customize it to fit your needs. They also had pizza profiles where your previous orders would be remembered and you could rate how much you liked them and things like that. Okay, and on to the next slide. Another type of digital technology that was used by Domino's was called Think Oven. It was introduced by the company in 2013. Think Oven was based on Facebook, and it encouraged customers to weigh in on certain topics and offer their suggestions. Not only could Domino's receive good data from this, it also made for a good marketing tool to get people talking about Domino's on social media. Some tools in the Think Oven were the idea box, where people would give suggestions on various things such as food, service suggestions, and things like that. Another tool was called Current Project, where it would be a random idea or question that Domino's would pose to their customers, and the winner would get a prize such as money. For example, Domino's would ask for ideas for something like workers' uniforms, and the best response would win $500. Domino's also had a project named Pizza Turnaround, where they strive to improve their pizza for their customers. All these tactics are useful data collection techniques that Domino's would use to tailor their menus and their service to fulfill the needs of their customers. These were all reasons as to how Domino's was able to rebound and improve their business up to their competitors using digital technology and data collected from customers.
Okay, so our final question was, what is next for Domino's? As we read in a case study, Domino's is projecting to have 25 billion in annual sales globally by 2025, which is only about 3 years from now, as well as 2,000 new U.S. stores within that time frame. They need to continue to listen to their customers because, as you see, they create a lot of online platforms that let the customers have their voices, which in the long run has helped them improve their service and their recipes over time. They also need to keep up with current trends, such as our pizzas, like what can we do to make them healthier? Is there a new topping that's big? Is there a social media influencer that maybe on TikTok can go and help you spread the word and, help get some more business that way with the younger generation? They also need to keep pizza affordable and the recipe delicious. Domino's was famous for always doing their 2 mediums for $7.99 or $5.99, depending on whatever deal they had. And once they had revamped their recipes and expanded to the artisan and pan pizza markets, their recipe has been the best it has been since the company started. And they also need to stay away from third-party delivery services. They are one of the only pizza markets that, as a huge company, do not use their services. They would rather keep the jobs in-house for their employees. And right now there's a promotion actually going on TV that says, if you come in and pick up your own order instead of having delivered, they will tip you $3. And as we learned this week, CEOs today need to manage a hefty set of responsibilities within the context of a rapidly changing landscape. So as you know, we just are overcoming the pandemic. So they really had to up their technology game to go with the changing times, since nobody could physically go in person, but do everything online. And so for our conclusion, Domino's needs to keep staying ahead of the technological game. Their self-driving cars, just their platforms, the Pulse system, the Pizza Tracker, and the Builder. They truly are one of a kind in this market. And I don't think Pizza Hut, Papa John's, Little Caesars really has aimed at such a technological advance as they have. And as we learned from the quarantine, pizza became your ultimate quarantine food because people could either deliver it to you or you could still pick it up in store. And when times were tough financially, it was a nice, affordable meal that fed the whole family, and you could eat it for several days after. And then to prove just how well Domino's has come, such a long way. In 2008, their share price fell below $3 a share, whereas in 2020, it hit an all-time high of $433.78 per share. And their loyalty program, continues to grow. The more points you receive, the better the deal you get through. And it's important to keep your customers happy because you could drive them out on the street and see 3 or 4 pizza markets. So you want to make sure you stay in the customer's favor. And then the COVID-19 pandemic dramatically accelerated technology adoption across all industries. So even though Domino's had already been one step ahead of the game, they were technologically prepared. So whenever the pandemic hit, they were able to adopt this technology in such challenging times. So that is our presentation, and we thank you for listening and hope you enjoyed our responses.